Hello and welcome to another edition of UFO Video Addicts. Let me give you a preview of what I got coming up in this video. The first is a video about the Phoenix Lights, because apparently today, March 13th, is the anniversary of the Phoenix Light that occurred in 1997. See, also have this video. I think this is Vietnam. It's a Tic Toc video of some strange, it's not this thing up here. I don't think this is anything. Yeah, there's some strange things that start going through these mountains or these hills. Let's see, this is a Reddit video of just a UFO in Mexico. Also have this video which seems to show what looks like some saucer type objects being moved through Russia. Let's see, this looks like, I mean, most people are going to claim it's a meteor, but yeah, I just don't think meteors take this, such a horizontal path. This is a video about some items that were tested and determined to be not made from Earth. This is by Dr. Jacques Vallée. Let's see, this video is just about Cusco and Saskatchewan and how there are people who most likely built a lot of those structures before the Aztecs. Yeah, this video is about these snails that live near the bottom of at the bottom of the ocean around these hot thermal vents. And their shells are made of iron, and they can like live in water that's like 750 degrees, along with all these other creatures. And then last is just this article about these Etruscan underground tunnels that were found. And a lot of this stuff was built before people started writing. So, this is why, I definitely believe that there had to have been advanced civilizations on this planet. And this is proof, I mean, things like this weren't done by primitive people. I mean, they may have lived in the past, but they were definitely not primitive. They were, using advanced math and, yeah, some kind of technology that we don't possess today to construct a lot of these things. But anyways, let me go on to this first video here. Yeah, this is just, 22 minutes. I'm not going to be able to play the whole thing, but let me just give you a quick intro.
There's one behind the chimney. I got 4 of them. Major sighting here.
Well, I saw a huge craft just kind of come right over Squaw Peak. That was, it was just breathtaking.
No, I'm
Let me see. I can print.
Maybe you could zero it in on there. 2 of them side by side.
Yeah, it does look like it's so yellow. There's the 2 of them.
This is the location. This is Steve right here. He's the one who kind of got it. There's Rhonda, Fool, Puppy. Let's get back to the saucer.
Anyways, that's all. That's all I'm gonna play of this video. But an incident like this is not a one-off. These are happening every single day, and I know because I make these videos pretty much every single day. So yeah, we're not alone on the planet. These are our neighbors, folks. And yeah, this one here, I don't know what the heck is going on with this. I don't know if this is video editing. I mean, I wouldn't think it's editing. But anyways, just watch here in these hills here after a few seconds. You're gonna see some white streaks start going through these hills. Here they are right there. Initially I thought that this was a road, like maybe that, there's a road here and this is a road. But then, yeah, these things just start coming at different levels. right? I mean, if this was a road, I don't, I don't think we would see so many of them. I can understand if there was everyone was going in a straight line this way, or a straight line the other way. But yeah, that. Let me go back there a little bit. You see, this is not a road. And here, look at this one here. It's going the other way. So, I mean, is this some type of a digital trickery? I don't know. Link will be in the description. Yeah, this is obvious, I mean, there you can see a clear UFO right in the middle of the day. And, whatever this is, again, this craft isn't traveling from another galaxy to come and do this and then fly back to their galaxy. These are our neighbors just checking us out. Let's see, this one here. Yeah, let's see. This is a Russia, St. Petersburg, May 2009. Apparently, I mean, I read in the comments of this video that, some people are saying that the Russians don't really care about hiding UFOs and things like that anymore. So they would do this in the open. I mean, they're not going to do it right in the middle of the day, but something like this in the middle of the night with less traffic, they're saying that in Russia would happen. Others are saying that, this may be some type of industrial object. Maybe some type of acoustic device or something. So there's that one, and then there's that one. I would think even if it was a UFO, wouldn't you think that they would cover it up? That they would just even attempt to? Because, there have been many videos of like this here in the United States where you can see that a tarp is obviously covering something up that has a saucer shape. Yes, I'm not too sure if this is, extraterrestrial or a crashed saucer or something like that. I think this is more like some type of an industrial device. But anyways, link will be in the description. Let's see. This is from Reddit. Of course, most people are going to say that it's a meteor, but I think it's just it's just flying too horizontally to be a meteor. Yeah, and then also look at this thing up here. And again, this is one of many videos that are very similar. I've seen videos like this where all of a sudden you'll see an object shoot out from the back of it and take off. But yeah, whatever that is, at least I don't think it's a meteor. I could be wrong. You could tell me that in the comments. Let's see. This is a video with Dr. Jack Valet brought purported UFO debris to Dr. Gary Nolan of Stanford University. Yeah, this one thing about this Gary Nolan dude, they took I think it was the Atacama humanoid to this guy, and initially he claimed that that the humanoid was nothing that he'd ever seen. And then later on, he revised it and said, "Oh no, it's a deformed human." So apparently someone got to him. But anyways, check out this video here real quick. I think when they talk about what this device is, here it is right about here.
Fragments in the vacuum chamber of his instrument. He was astonished to find their composition was unlike any known metal.
Just one spot, and the isotopic composition all the way across.
No matter where he looked in the sample's jumble of elements, whether magnesium, iron, nickel, or titanium, the ratio of isotopes didn't make any sense.
If you're talking about an advanced material from an advanced civilization, you're talking about something that I'll just call it an ultra material, right? It's something which has properties where somebody is putting it together again at the atomic scale. So we're building our world with 80 elements. Somebody else is building the world with 253 different isotopes. I intend to use the information to try to build something, to try to understand a physical principle that we don't know today.
This material was manufactured. It's not natural. It's not natural to the materials that we have around us in the lab or on the Earth. It does not mean that it was necessarily made someplace in outer space. It just means that it was manufactured specially for a particular purpose that we don't understand, and we want to understand it.
Yeah, interesting. He's saying that, that they're not saying it's manufactured like, off planet. But again, I think this is a slow trend towards, what I believe disclosure is going to be is that we're not alone on this planet. Because again, like I've said before, these UFO shows have been broadcasting for at least 30 years now. So there's the notion that the government is going to come out in 180 days and say, oh yeah, UFOs are real, and then that's somehow going to validate, 30 years of all of these people who have been coming out and acknowledging the fact that there are these strange objects in the sky. I think this slow drip of small d disclosure, again, I personally don't believe that there is ever going to be big D disclosure. I believe this whole disclosure phenomenon is occurring right now with all of these shows and with people like me able to just show people using YouTube, right? How is this not disclosure? But anyways, the link to this video will be in the description. Let's see. Yeah, this video here is just about the evidence that there were advanced civilizations on planet Earth in the past. Let me just play a little bit of this.
Any of the other particularly hard stone constructions in the area, it does not seem likely that the Inca themselves created these steps or andesite and quartz thrones. They would require the same hardness of tools as the megaliths in the wall would, which means that simple copper, bronze, or stone would not do. Like many other things in these old civilizations, one group built on another that came before them. Cusco, the Sacred Valley, and many surrounding areas in Peru and nearby countries constantly changed hands from one group of people to the next. It was extremely rare to find a culture that existed in isolation, and you would have to go back many hundreds or even thousands of years to do so. The Inca became quite prominent because they assimilated other cultures into them. They had no reason to even attempt to destroy what others built.
Things like this is obvious proof that people in the past shared a culture. Because look at the similarities of these designs. And I think another thing that a lot of people always seem to miss, when considering the weight of these stones, like, have you ever, gone down to the shipping docks or seen those giant cranes, building buildings, lifting up heavy buildings? All of those cranes use steel reinforced cable in order to move heavy objects. Now, a lot of these stones, you have to acknowledge, are much heavier than the weight, that steel reinforced cable is being used to move. So if we today have to use steel reinforced cable to move objects that weigh, a percentage of the weight of these objects, then we have to acknowledge that the people in the past also had to have used something, right? I mean, we know that in the past they were using hemp cable, or I mean, hemp rope in order to move heavy objects. And if hemp rope were able to move super heavy objects, that's what we would be using today. But we don't use hemp rope, on the shipping docks or in building construction, because hemp rope doesn't have the, I think it's called tensile strength, in order to lift super heavy objects. So if we can't use hemp rope today to lift super heavy objects, then there's no way people in the past were also, could also rely on that. But anyways, just leave a link to this in the description. Let me go on to this next video. Yeah, this video is about these snails that were found around these geysers, steam geysers, I think they're called, at the bottom of the ocean.
Secrets of how early life evolved, as well as unlocking its huge potential for medicine and other applications. And now a team at the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology has made a breakthrough, decoding its genome for the first time. The team identified 25 transcription factors, proteins that directly interpret the genome that contribute to the production of tissue stiffening minerals. Researchers collected 20 scaly foot snails at around 2,900 meters below sea level from the Indian Ocean. Among their discoveries was a genetic clue about the snail's metal armor, which was revealed by comparing two populations, one from an iron-rich environment and another from an iron-poor one. We found that one gene named MTP, metal tolerance protein 9, showed a 27-fold increase in the population with iron sulfide mineralization compared to the one without, said Dr. Sun Jin. This protein was suggested to enhance tolerance of metal ions. Scientists believe this tolerance enables the snails to survive as the iron ions in their environment react with the sulfur in their scales, creating iron sulfides. Since this happens at significantly lower temperatures than in a laboratory, the researchers could even have industrial applications. Uncovering this snail's genome advances our knowledge of the genetic mechanism of mollusks, laying the genetic groundwork which paves the way for application, said Dr. Kian P1. One possible direction now is how their iron-coated shells withstand heavy blows, which can provide us insights on ways to make a more protective armor.
You can imagine that they're going to try and figure out, or they have figured out, the proteins that enable these shells to, or enable these snails to make armor shells. So now, these scientists are going to try and figure out how to make better armor with that. Better armor for war. I just wish they would figure out how to not have a war. Interesting. But anyways, let me go on to this last article here. This Etruscan underground pyramidal structures unearthed in Orvieto, Italy. Their functions remain unknown. A vast network of Neolithic tunnels crisscrossing several European countries was built several millennia ago. Neolithic tunnels crisscrossing several European countries. Recently, a network of ancient secret tunnels was uncovered by a team of archaeologists excavating the first capital of Bulgaria, Pliska. Also, continuous study of Orvieto's underground complex of 1,200 mysterious caves connected by tunnels delivers surprising archaeological discoveries. Deep beneath the city of Orvieto, Italy, there are a series of underground structures connected by tunnels, according to sources during the 6th and 4th centuries BC. The town of Orvieto was a culturally and economically developed Etruscan city. We are excavating a pyramidal hypogeum that was built by the Etruscans before the 5th century BC, archaeologists say. Right, so again, this goes back to, to what I was saying about these Etruscans. 5th century BC, so that was what, 7,000 years ago? That they were people around the Mediterranean who sunburn, who all of a sudden are using advanced methods to build structures unlike anyone else on the planet. And we want to think that, that these people couldn't or didn't bring all of this knowledge from somewhere else. But anyways, that is going to be it for this video. If you like things like this, please give this video a thumbs up. Please share this video. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'll have more things like this. Take care.